Hi, so for today's video, we're going to be making a Star Wars costume, and this is for my husband. He's going to be Grogu, or Baby Yoda, from The Mandalorian, and this is all he wants to wear, just the hat, because we live in Hawaii. It's always hot on Halloween, and we have to walk around. So he said he'll wear this, and if I could make him the Pram, or the little spaceship that he rides. And this is what I came up with. This is my test model. This is not going to fit on my husband. I had two boxes and he couldn't fit in this one, so I have a bigger box. So this is the prototype, and so far I like it. I think this is going to work. So I'll show you how to do it, or how I'm doing it, in case you find yourself needing a little spaceship or a wearable little thing. I don't know, it could be anything, a car, you know, whatever the kids want. I'll show you how I make it. And this actually came about really quickly. I just started like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, okay, it's Monday, Halloween is on Thursday, I need to get on this. So I'll show you the equipment that I have, or that I'm using, and yeah, how I got this shape. I think I was putting it off because I was like, how am I gonna make this rectangle box into egg shape, right? A half egg shape with like a thing on the back. And I couldn't find anything online. I had no idea. So I just sat down, I gathered the tools and did it. And it actually worked out really well. So I'm gonna take this off. So actually, two things. When I made it, this one fits me perfectly. Like it kind of rides on, or it's light. And then it's on my hips, which is okay because it's very lightly on my hips. But if it's tight, I think I'm gonna have to put some kind of padding right here. It's on my jean shorts, so it's really actually comfortable like this. I could wear this around the whole time and be comfortable, but I may have to put padding over here if my husband says it's digging in, or I may have to do straps. It would be easier to just make it fitted so he can just wear it or hold it while walking versus the straps. I don't know. I was also thinking of putting like a cup holder or a drink holder for him while we walk around. That'd actually be cool. If I put like the insulated like seltzer holder right here, and you can just like put it in there. I might have to wear this one. No, but okay, so let's get started. I'll show you what I'm using, because I did find some fun tools like these Elmer, I forgot what it's called, Build It. It's like a cardboard making things. Like if your kids like to make things out of cardboard, this Elmer's Build It stuff is actually really good. I think I did a kid's Christmas toy gift list one year, or maybe a couple years ago, and this was on it. But this is the first time I'm actually playing with it, and it works super well. Like, I'm impressed. So I'll bring you guys down and we can start. So this is my inspiration photo. I just printed out some things just so I could see the details. I think I'm going more for this kind of look. I bought silver spray paint, and I'm thinking I have these like lights, you know, the little twinkle lights, battery operated, so maybe I can put some around there. And I just, yeah, so some of the details I might want to put on are like that circle thing right over here at the end, and maybe some little details like that on the front, and maybe make the inside darker brown. I don't know, maybe just right here I would paint dark brown. But yeah, other than that, I just like to keep this so I don't have to keep looking at my phone when I'm building it. So this is the Build It kit. Yeah, Build It tools, Elmer. And they have all different types of sets. So I'm not sure what set I bought. It's been a while. So I will link it down below if I can find the exact one. But the one that I bought came with the screwdriver tool, the cardboard cutter, which is key, and just some of these connectors. More for like if you're building a fort or a house or something. Yeah, I'm so impressed. And it's supposed to be safe for kids. It also comes with a ton of screws. And these actually keep the box together better than tape. Like, I feel like this is way more secure than if I taped it together. So I actually might, when I make the real one, I'm gonna use the screws and I'm just gonna paint over it. I mean, I have a lot. This box I'm using is a little bit more sturdy than the average Amazon box, but it'll work. It just might be a little heavier. It is a 24 by 14 by 6 box. And I like this one too because it's plain. In the photo, it's more white than silver, but when I was at Walmart, I picked up silver. So we're just gonna have to work with it. I don't wanna buy anything else. I just wanna use the things that I have. So I'm gonna spray paint it silver, the whole thing. And then for the details, I found some tempera paint that I have at home and I have the right colors. So if I wanted to do some orange detailing, I have the red and yellow. And then I have some brown for the inside if I need. The white's almost out, but if I need gray, I can, you know, put that together. Have that. And a mixing cup and paintbrush set that I just have that the kids didn't use. So a lot of these things I bought during COVID when, you know, we're all at home and I had to keep the kids busy. But then everything kind of got better and we didn't use it. So yeah. So first thing I would do, sorry if it's out of frame, it's kind of a weird project. Whoever's gonna be wearing it, I would try it on. So I go in the box. My husband's a little bit wider than me, so for him, this was good. This is gonna be the front part. And then this is gonna be the back. So the back only has to curve up a little bit to kind of look like the pram. So I'm gonna cut here. Maybe I'll get a pencil. So just to show you what I'm gonna do or what I'm thinking. So for the back of the pram, I don't want it to be too curved because that's gonna be uncomfortable. You kind of want it balanced. So I probably will cut up to here and just curve it in like I did. And for the front part, so this is a table, this little piece over here. I'm just gonna cut it like right there, I think. Yeah. So I'll show you how well this cutter works. Even though it's not very sharp, like I wouldn't run my hand on it, but it's definitely not sharp and it's rounded at the end. So it's really cool. The trick is kind of getting it stable so it's not moving with you, but otherwise it works well. So I think I'll show you how I do one side and then I'll do the other part off camera so this video isn't super long. Okay, so that's good. And then for the front part, to make it kind of a, you know, curved in, I'm just bending the cardboard from here to here and kind of the same distance from here to here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can. It just really depends on how curved you want it. See, I wouldn't want to tape this because the tape might pop off halfway through when you're walking around. So to make it neater, I might want the flaps on the inside like this versus when I did the sample, I kind of just went over, which is okay too. I could probably cut it and then put a screw in, which actually might work the best. Or I could go and put a screw in here, like right through here, but then this part will be sticking out. I think I'll cut it, yeah. For little spots like this, I think it's just easier to use scissors. Maybe. Please be careful when cutting, especially if you are a kid. Always cut away from your fingers. So that makes the curve. And now we'll put one of the little screws in. So they just look like this. I think in some sets too, there's a cap so it's not like sticking out like that. Just poke a hole with this side through both layers. This one has plastic. Sorry, that wasn't safe. Don't do that. There. Make a hole and then put the pin in, or the screw. Then using that side, you just hold it and then turn. Okay, the tape on this was giving me a hard time. I have to make it bigger. So if you have tape on, like packing tape on your box, it might be a little harder, but at the same time, it'll make it more sturdy. So we'll just work with that. Okay, so this is what the front looks like. And then now let's do the back so it's a little bit more sturdy. This part is gonna be pretty much the same thing. Just fold it in, put a screw in, and then we're gonna cut out so that it's not so small over here. I'm gonna have to cut like from here out so that it will fit around like my husband's body. So this one I'm just folding from here to here pretty much, and then from here to there. And for this one I'm just going to layer it right here and then cut this part off. So the tape is making it difficult. And then just cut off this extra piece. And then for this part, let's see, I'm gonna cut, I kind of want to make it equidistant, so maybe from here, halfway, maybe like 2/4. You just need it a little bit in so it looks, you know, more rounded versus like cut off over here. And then probably cut it all the way the back part too. And then we're just going to fold the box inward and make a little corner just like we did for the other ones, from here to here. So I'm gonna do this off camera just to save time. If I make a video longer than 30 minutes, my computer will totally freeze and I can't work with it. So, okay, so now we got the top back and the bottom back done. I did have my husband just try it on right now and it does fit him. He did say he wanted the shoulder straps though to go from here to here, and he does want the cup holders and possibly a snack holder. So now we're gonna do the front, which is kind of the fun part. So when I was making this one, it still looked a little square to me, and all I did, because it's cardboard, was push the corners in, and that worked pretty well. Hopefully it works well with this box too. So to make it a little rounder, I did open this space up and push the sides out and then screw the tops on. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just maybe right here and then right here. Make it a little bit rounder. Since this is a bigger box, this is also a thicker box, so it's a little harder to get the screws in. It helps if I widen the hole a little bit. So about there, maybe that far, right? And so let's try the push in trick to make it a little more round. So kind of. And then I thought, oh, right here is too flat, right? It's not circular. So then I cut the center and then just overlapped it a little bit so there was a little point right here. Okay, so now for the cup holders. Okay, so for the cup holders, have this seltzer insulated cooler. I think that'll be a good size. So I'm gonna put it right here. Draw a circle. Hopefully it stays with this rim. Yeah. So I'll just put 2. Smaller is better at this point in case you don't want to make it too big and then it doesn't fit. So instead of making a whole circle and it just may fall through, I think I'm going to do it so that it kind of grips the cup. So maybe cut it from here out in maybe 6 pieces. I'm really just guessing right now, like that. And that way when the pieces go in, it kind of like holds it. I have a cup holder in the car, kind of like that. It has like rubber things inside of it so that the cup doesn't move around while driving. And I gotta cut through 2 layers of this cardboard. I'm gonna do this off camera because this takes a while. So as I was doing this, I realized maybe it needs to be a bigger cup because to take this in and out of this holder is kind of tight. So this is like a regular can beer one. And if you put it in like this, it's a little bit easier. Also, while I was cutting it, I felt like it needed a little bit more support. So I put 2 more screws in here. And that's the really good thing about the screws too. You can just put it in. And it was probably the most challenging thing, cutting through the 2 layers of cardboard. And although this would fit in, it fits in really well now, it might, over time or when it's wet, it might fall through. So I was thinking I'll put this bigger one in. I might have to cut a little bit more. And then put tape on the bottom to support it. So I'm gonna make this fit in and then tape it on the back side. So that's kind of the right spot. You can use duct tape, I think would do well, or I'm using just Scotch packing tape. I'm kind of like making a little hammock for it, I guess you would say. So I'm kind of crisscrossing it like this. I'm going to put one around and I'm squishing it on. You can see that. I mean, it doesn't have to be permanently in there, you know, it's kind of just for support so that you can drink his seltzer wherever we go. So I'm going to go ahead and make this hole the same way. I'm going to find like a little, I don't know, something to put in here where it can be a candy holder or I don't know. So I'll go ahead and do that and come back. Okay, so I picked this kind of cup. We're just going to stick this in. And I realized I have to take these out anyways when I spray paint it. So no worries. And I think just to clean up this area, I'm just going to cut straight across. And you guys can do like any kind of type of little snack tray that you want. It's so fun. Sometimes I go overboard with these things. Okay, so pretty good. Let's see, I think I can soften up the corners a little bit more. If I wanted it more curved up here, I could have put these a little bit more in, these 2 flops. But it's a little too late now, so it's alright. So just softening up corners. And you kind of want to do this before you spray paint, I think. It'll be a lot harder to do, or to keep neat. And then bend it out a little here. Okay, now we're going to spray paint. I just have this Rust-Oleum metallic silver spray paint. Hopefully 1 can is good. It should be, but you never know. I kind of cleaned up the edges. It was a little rough from the sauce, so I kind of just got a scissors and kind of just cut around a little bit. I took out the cup holder and I'll put it back later. It's kind of a windy, rainy day, so I have to kind of do it in the garage. So I'm gonna try to do this really neatly. I have like on an old shirt. Ooh, it's super silver and it sinks and it's flying. So yeah, don't do it around stuff if possible. You know, the part with tape looks really good in metallic. So if that's the look you're going for whatever you're spray painting, maybe put tape on it. Okay, so first coat is done. Some thoughts are maybe I'm going to put some packing tape along the front just because it's so fibery looking right here and it's the front. So yeah, I mean, that looks really good though on the tape. So either way, I'm gonna let this dry and put some tape over the rough looking parts and do another coat of spray paint. Okay, so I'm literally just layering some packing tape. I buy this one from Sam's Club and it comes with a cutter and it's like a 4 or 6 pack or something, so I have a lot. And I'm just going to put it over just so I can get that nice smooth finish. And I have more than enough spray paint and it's clear, so it's good that I have a base of color anyways. Yeah, just putting on a layer. This will also help, like if Halloween is rainy for some reason, your costume won't get super soggy. I finished the front and now I'm just gonna do the sides and I guess the back too. And now I'm gonna spray paint it super fast because it's gonna start raining again. Okay, now I'm gonna let it dry and then we'll put on some details of the ship after. Since I left, I just drew in some squares. I could have done it a little bit neater, but I just did it with a Sharpie. And I cut out these pieces of cardboard, just a circle with like a little, I don't know, border over here and a double circle. And this is for this part. And you see that little silver dot right there? That's, I don't know what this is, but a lot of the pictures have it, so I'm gonna stick that right there. And I think I'm gonna use Gorilla Glue once I'm done with this. So to make this, I'm gonna use the tempera paints and just do a circle, white and orange, and then use Sharpie to make these lines. And I think that's kind of good for the details, unless I get really crazy and then try to brush some white scuff marks on this. I'm a little scared too, because what if I make it weird? I don't know. Because right now it's looking pretty good and shiny. Really happy with the way it came out with the tape. But okay, so I'm just using this paint set that I bought for the kids. I'm going to use a pencil, and all I did was use this cup. So I used this cup, I traced it, and that's how I got the round shape. So I'm going to use a small end of the cup and trace a circle. And I noticed when looking up Grogu ship or Pram or whatever it is, there's so many different versions. Like there's the black ones, you know, there's these white ones with, I don't know, this one's circular, some are egg shaped. So you have, I think, a lot of creative liberty with this. I would say my older son is a real Star Wars fan. I don't know if he would even know what this is supposed to look like. So I'm just gonna paint this part white. So that's good. I may have to close the garage and finish this up, but I'll show you what it looks like after. So today's the next day and all my little pieces are dried And now we're going to take some Gorilla Glue. I just had this, and I think it's a good one for like this kind of smooth surfaces. It's waterproof and it has a permanent bond, and it's kind of like silicone tacky. I don't know. It's really thick, if you can see. So I'm just gonna glue this on really quick. And then I'm gonna glue this one on like right here. And for the cups, I'm gonna re-stick this cup back in here and tape it in. Okay, so the cup holders are in good. The glue's pretty much dry, and now I'm going to do the straps. So I had this white webbing, I just had it, but you don't have to use webbing. You can use ribbon, you could use pieces of cloth, old straps from like old bags or from reusable bags. I don't know, a lot of things. So don't think you have to go and buy this, but I did buy on Amazon. I'll link it down below. And this is just, it looks like 1 inch and 10 yards of webbing. So I had my husband try it on, and I measured the straps. Like, we put it where it's comfortable, and then we measured it. With webbing, it does fray unless you burn the edge. Quickly melt it. And then some other things you might need. I think I'm gonna glue it and I'm gonna duct tape it, because from past experience, packing tape probably doesn't hold something this slippery that well. And I don't know, boys are rough with their things, even big boys. So we're gonna try to make it as secure as possible. So my thinking is I'm going to stick one end down here. I'm gonna glue it and then put some duct tape, and then it's gonna run along. And then the next part I'm going to glue and tape right through here. So like right here. And yeah, and that should be good. Also, think about the width that you want to make your straps. If you make it too wide, it might slip off their shoulders, especially kids. So you might want to make sure it's narrow enough, but not so narrow that it's like right here. Like just on their shoulders would be good. Okay, so my husband tried it on and it was good, except the front part was a little bit heavy. So it was going forward. So he was saying maybe I should put a weight, and then I was like, maybe you could put like a little cooler. And I was just cleaning out our recyclable bags, and I remember we had this like thermal recyclable bag, so I'm like, that is perfect. So I put like 5 empty cans in here just for size, and I think I'm just gonna duct tape it to the back over here. So, and it fits perfectly, like flat. And definitely 5 cans of seltzers will balance out the weight, maybe even make it back heavy until you drink it. But I think it'll be super funny and a hilarious way to carry your drinks while walking around. So I'm gonna tape this and then show you what it looks like after. Okay, so here's the final product. I have 3 water bottles in here. I didn't have that many seltzers, so. And it seems pretty stable. I think it'll hold up at least for Halloween night. So hope you guys liked it. I know it's not like a egg shape, but I think it's close enough. People will get the hint or can guess what it is. I'll also link the Grogu hat if I can find it on Amazon still. Okay, I almost forgot the most fun part, the twinkle lights. So I have these like twinkle lights, battery operated or battery pack operated, that I got from Sam's Club a few years back. It came in like in a 3-pack, but it's super long, like I don't know, 20 feet, maybe 15 feet. 10 at least. I don't know. I didn't measure, but it's super long that I went from here. So I'm going to have my husband put this in his pocket or in the back thing when it's empty. And it's just taped all along the top around the circle like 3 times around the back and around the bottom. And I think it just makes it look so much more fun, especially at night. It's not really dark right now, but yeah, if you do this, you gotta do the twinkle lights. So yes, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video.